Hey everybody, welcome back to Movies in the Man Cave. Back to normal episodes.
Non-Marvel-thon.
No more Marvel. Hope you enjoyed that last month and a half. I know we sure did.
I did.
But we're going to enjoy this week as well because we are talking our top 5 Spielberg movies.
Yeah.
Senor Spielbergo.
Stefan.
So it in a producer format or director format, IMDb kind of lists both, and he had different functions on different movies. But if he was involved majorly in either of those, that's on the list, correct?
Yes, sir.
And I do want to put out there, it doesn't fit on the list, but he was in charge of Tiny Toons and Animaniacs, which are like two of the greatest cartoons of all time.
Mega props for that.
So, I mean, the guy who's in charge of the show that has Pinky in the Brain. So, super awesome already before we even start the movies.
Yeah.
My number 5.
Okay.
All right, let's get into it. Can't believe how low this is. Jurassic Park. And we're grouping our trilogies together or whatever. And not that the second and third Jurassic Park was as good as the first. The first was, I mean, amazing. The realism of those dinosaurs, some of it was models, a lot of it was CG that was way ahead of its time.
Beyond its time. Yeah, it's so well done. We were little kids when that movie came out, and I remember being just absolutely terrified of like the raptors in that movie.
Oh man.
Continue.
The T-Rex is what I find more terrifying. The raptors are scary, but as a kid, that T-Rex, when those kids are in that car that's flipped upside down, and you just put yourself in that situation, you're just like, woo!
Yeah.
You know, Spielberg's always been good with horror when he does it, so, and that gets the juices flowing. So, amazing movie. I mean, I'm sure everybody's seen it, probably seen everything that's not going to be on these lists, but...
True.
It's great.
Good. My number 5 is a bit of a throwback, and it is Jaws. It's the director of Jaws. Again, a monster movie, if you will. And I'd like to group the rest of the Jaws movies in there, but I'm not. Because really, Jaws, it jumped the shark. Can you say that with Jaws being...
I guess, technically.
It
the sequels
it
did,
jumped itself. But the first Jaws is just... I love that movie. You know, I watched it when I was a little kid, and I'll watch it here or there if I catch bits and pieces of it. But I think what sold me on it was the ride at Disney World.
Yeah, that was cool.
Or Universal. But after I'd ridden on that, you go back and you watch the movie, and it's just like, dang, like the shark is massive. But I mean, again, like pioneering the technology basically, underwater animatronics. What were they before that movie, you know?
It's just one of those movies that has a lot of stories behind it about the shark not working and them rewriting the script about that, and it made it way more scarier, everybody says. I'll probably get bad comments, but I'm not a big Jaws fan. So many people have that as like their top 5 all time, and it just doesn't do much for me, surprisingly.
Yeah, I could say that when you're grouping together the movies, but... Jaws itself, I really liked the first one.
I don't know. I haven't seen it in probably 10 years. So.
Maybe rewatch. I don't know.
I was probably at that age where it's just like I need action and short attention span.
And not this little tense bobble.
Yeah. Moving on, my number 4 is a newer movie. It's Minority Report with Tom Cruise. Newer-ish.
Okay, yeah.
It takes place in the not-too-distant future where they solve crimes before they happen. Or stop crimes before they happen, and then the guy who's in charge of it gets accused of murder. Very good plot. Excellent sci-fi movie. Tom Cruise is amazing in it. He just does that role so well, and the visuals are so cool, and some of the technology that they put in the movie.
I never saw it. I just know it from the preview and the suite.
Yeah, when he's doing that, and then the cops come around, and they have these cool like guns that... It's almost like a noisemaker. They like do like this to charge it, and then it like sends a shockwave. So it's like non-lethal. And they have 6 sticks, which is just like a baton that they touch the person and they throw up.
That'd be pretty fun.
But the whole sequence with the eyes, if you've seen the movie, you know what I'm talking about. If you haven't, just look out for it when you see the movie. The whole eye situation going down the hallway. Awesome. So, a lot of fun. It's a fun one. And Colin Farrell, too. I like Colin Farrell in there.
I have to consult my shopping list But oh yeah, number 4 for me was Jurassic Park. So it's kind of low on there as well. But yeah, just fantastic. And it made. I mean, when you're a kid, dinosaurs are cool, but seeing them like live action in a movie like that, it just makes them. Yeah, it makes them real, and so it's like, yeah, dinosaurs. Again, 2 and 3. Not so
I like the third one, actually.
Yeah, 3 came back. Three
a lot of people don't like it, but I liked the third one.
Yeah, because that one had the pterodactyl and stuff in it. Yeah, 3 was good. 2,
I enjoyed it.
Not so much.
Fourth one, I believe, is in the works.
Yeah.
I believe.
Yeah. We'll see what they do.
All right. My number 3 is Saving Private Ryan. This is Spielberg's take on a World War II movie. And holy cow. I can't speak to the realism, obviously, because I've never been in a war-type situation. But when you watch those scenes, it's just like, man, that really seems like what it's going to be like.
Yeah.
It just comes straight at you. It starts when they're storming that beach. And that's like a half-hour segment, isn't it?
Yeah, I've never, I feel dumb for saying I've never seen the whole movie, like all the way through. But every single bit that I catch, I always catch that beginning scene. And it's terrifying because how real it seems. And then I always catch like bits and pieces throughout cities, like through the cities that in their
going through all the rubble.
Yeah, and it's just man, like
the cast is just all-star. You got Tom Hanks, you got Matt Damon playing a very small role.
Yeah,
for being the title character. Giovanni Ribisi, Tom Sizemore. There's a ton of great people in that movie. It's just I don't know. It's tough. It's like you like to think that if you were in that situation, be like, yeah, I could, I would shoot down Nazis left and right, and I'd be, pretty much invulnerable. But you just see how futile it is when you storm that beach, and it's just like, you got nothing you can do. There's nothing you can do.
Yep.
So yeah, it's number 3.
Number 3. Gotta go back to the list. I'm just gonna keep it open. Keeping with the Nazi theme, Schindler's List is my number 3. A lot of people. Say they get bored with it or it's too sad to watch or whatever, but like
it is sad.
It is. I mean, I'm not saying that it's not sad, but I remember we watched it in history class in high school. Mm-hmm. I'm pretty sure I was the only one that stayed awake because
Are you serious? People fell asleep.
Everyone was falling asleep. They wouldn't shut up. Like they're passing notes, throwing crap, and I'm like the only one that's like focused watching this movie. And yeah, like the message, is amazing. The movie was done really well. The bits that I always hate is when movies like show people getting shot. Yeah. And Schindler's List does that a lot. Mm-hmm. But I mean that's how it was. I mean, if you're trying to get the point across, like you got to show it, and I get that. Liam Neeson, that dude can do anything, and in this movie he's fantastic in it. Yeah, I guess if you haven't seen it, you got to see it. It's a classic. Good movie.
It didn't make my list. I mean, it's a great movie, but I think I kind of went with more fun ones. I mean, it's a phenomenal film. Yeah. But
no, it's not a fun movie.
My list was kind of like, what do I want to watch right now?
I kind of went with that too when I was making my top 5 because it was a really hard list to make. Yeah. And so it's kind of one of those lists where it's like these are just the 5 that I would want to watch, not necessarily like. And yeah, Schindler's List was on there.
Okay. Yeah. Prediction time. We'll have the same 1 and 2 except they'll be reversed. Here we go. My number 2 is the Indiana Jones saga.
I'm going to stop you there because number 2 is Indiana Jones.
Yeah. Oh, well, no, I'm surprised at that. I thought you would switch those around. All right, well, let's talk some Indiana Jones. 3 really good movies and then 1 half of a good movie.
Yeah. You got to look at it at like the Ark of the Covenant. The dude's face melting, all that stuff, like that's kind of supernatural.
It is, yeah. I don't even want to talk about the fourth one. Let's go back to the first 3.
Indiana Jones.
It's adventure. I mean, the short version, it's adventure. It's treasure hunting. It's artifacts. Yep. It's Nazis, huge stunts, whips, booby trapped everything.
Yeah, I'm kidding.
Yeah, I don't know.
Yeah. Yeah, like you're saying, it's adventure, and like above, like I would say even above the action bits of the movie, it's adventure. It's more like, okay, they've got themselves in this jam. How are they going to get out? Well, with the whip, of course. Like you got to figure it out somehow. And it's just filled with, like the stunts, the bits. My favorite scene, of course, and it's probably everyone's, is when the wall's coming down and his hat falls, and the last second snatches the hat up, and it's like, oh, goodness gracious.
Yeah.
But just scenes like that, throughout the whole movie. Can you imagine? It's a good movie.
Favorite of the series?
The fourth one.
Oh, sure. Everybody's favorite.
I don't know. It's hard to pick. Like, we watched all of them that one time, and it's for me, it was kind of hard to pick because they're all just a lot of fun, and they kind of mix together for me. I'd probably say the first one.
Yeah, the Little Raiders.
Raiders of the Lost Ark. Yeah.
I like Last Crusade.
Yeah.
Harrison Ford with Sean Connery together was an excellent combo. Short Round, my favorite character. Temple of Doom, not my favorite movie.
I kind of disagree with Short Round.
You didn't like Short Round?
I can't stand Short Round.
Oh, man. All right, so number one has got to be BTTF.
It's not.
What?
It didn't make my list. I know, right?
All right, well, I'll talk about mine, and then you can lay your shocker on me. Back to the Future 1, 2, and 3.
They are fantastic movies.
Absolutely,
I won't take anything away from
them. They're the ones that I liked to watch when I was a kid, so maybe that's what it is.
That could be.
Man, they're fun. Michael J. Fox is one of my favorite actors. He's not in a lot, and he doesn't do much, obviously since the disease. But you go back and watch his stuff. He's just great in everything he does, and he's funny.
He's hilarious.
Christopher Lloyd as Doc was such a manic, great character.
Yeah. Perfect way.
The first one was so good. How he's messing with his family's life and screwing it up, and then I loved the second one where he's going back again. So now he's messing up his family's life while he's there trying to, and just so many layers to it. And the third one, you get a little Wild West tossed in. So they're just fun.
Yeah, it's it's classic 80s. I don't want to say adventure movie, but it's kind of adventure. It's just like classic 80s goofy time travel fun movie.
If there's a scene that sums it up for me, it's when he says, "You built a time machine on a DeLorean," and he says, I figure if you're going to do it, I want to do it with some style." That's what the whole movie is. Right. It's like time traveling, but with fun and style.
Yeah. Yeah. It's a good movie. All three of them are
good
really
set
good.
Of movies.
Growing up, the third one, the Wild West one, was my favorite.
That was actually my least favorite.
I haven't watched them in a long time. We have to watch those sometime.
Since that's not on your list at all, I'm going to have to call you a butthead.
Thanks.
That's Biff.
Yes, that's a Biff reference. My number one, and it goes back to being a favorite movie when you're growing up, is Hook.
Really?
I love Hook.
Okay.
I could watch that movie all the time. Robin Williams, Dustin Hoffman. It just doesn't get better for me. Like, those guys nailed the parts. It's not your standard Peter Pan if you haven't seen it. Robin Williams plays grown-up Peter Pan. Gets sucked back into Neverland because Hook steals his kids. Peter Pan's got kids, you might ask.
Yeah.
But yeah.
He does.
He does. It might not be on everybody's top 5 list, but it's just got those classic scenes in it. For me, I love the scene when he actually does, when he's Peter Pan and he cuts the silhouette in the sail and flies in. I just love that movie.
I like that movie a lot too, and it is definitely one I watched a lot as a kid. It's just so fun to picture yourself as a lost boy.
Yeah. Bang! Throwing imaginary food at your friends.
Yeah.
That's probably the best scene in that movie, I'd say. The food fight.
The rainbow-colored pudding or whatever they're throwing. But, yeah. I like that movie. Really surprised it's number one on your list. I guess I knew you liked the movie. I didn't know you liked it that much. Yeah. I'm guessing you're going to get made fun of online.
Bring it on, man.
I don't know. We'll
Hook's
see.
Awesome.
All right, so that's the Spielberg. I almost picked a quote from Hook this week, like thinking, Jay won't put Hook on his list.
I wouldn't do that.
Spielberg.
Spielberg.
Let's hear what your favorites are. Put them in the comments. You can make fun of our lists all you want.
Yeah, Back to the Future over
here. Lame. One of his worst outings, probably.
Yeah.
Let's move on. We had a Super Scramble last week.
We did.
And
we had a couple winners.
We did it a little different. I blew it up to try to make it more tough. but everybody saw right through that.
They did.
No problem.
No, we had James on Area Voices, didn't give me a last name, and then Ryan, once again, on YouTube, hit us up. So,
congratulations, guys.
Yeah,
it's the Cap,
the
most iconic of the Avengers.
Can't help but love that guy.
No. So we're gonna go back to quotes. Although I do want to get back to some scrambles. Maybe in the future we'll do some still frames from movies and scramble them up or something like that.
You can pick them.
Yeah, I suppose so. You get frustrated easily.
What's the quote?
The quote is, and I'm doing this from memory, so it's probably not word for word.
Dang it.
Shoot. He probably wears the mask to hide his bald head and unsightly features.
I think that was it.
It might be it. It's somewhere along those lines.
I can't read back.
Whatever actually I've typed down here is
That's
correct.
That's
go with that.
Yep.
So if you know what that movie is, go ahead and toss it in the comments and be a winner. Don't be a loser this week. Be a winner.
Yep.
Movies coming out this week. You ready?
Yeah, bring it.
We have What to Expect When You're Expecting. Looks like a rom-com about kids. Yeah. Not interested.
Chris Rock, man. What are you doing?
Yeah. Not interested.
Nope.
We have Battleship. What are your thoughts?
I'd probably go see What to Expect with Expecting before that. I'm just not looking forward to it. I mean, I like the Transformers movies, and this one looks somewhat like that, but it almost looks like... I think it's stupid that they did a Battleship movie. Like, it was part of the deal with Hasbro to do Transformers, that they had to do Battleship or something, but, like, what the heck?
I think it's stupid they had to do a Battleship movie. Having seen the previews for it, I think it looks awesome. So I'm on the other side of the spectrum for you. I think it looks sweet. I think the aliens look sweet.
They do.
I think the CG looks sweet. I'm not excited about Rihanna, but it's got Liam Neeson. You were just talking about Liam there.
That's true.
He won't sign on for something that's terrible.
Episode 1.
Oh, wow.
Going with what you were saying, if you renamed the movie and took out Rihanna, if you renamed it like, Battle LA 2,
yeah,
it might look
kind of
right.
look like that.
But the fact that it's Battleship,
I don't know. And The Dictator comes out this week with Sacha Baron Cohen. He have 3 names.
Cohen brother?
He must be a Cohen brother. Yeah. Maybe the Cohen nephew. I don't know.
Yeah. I like his movies. I haven't seen Bruno, so I can't.
I caught part of it on TV. It was terrible.
Yeah.
It was awful. Awful.
But Borat was funny.
Borat was enjoyable. Borat was funny.
And the bits of the Ali G show that I caught was pretty funny. So, I mean...
I really don't know what to say, because like I said, I like Borat, and I thought Bruno was just god-awful terrible.
Yeah.
So,
it could go either way.
So my vote's actually for Battleship this week. Yeah, you don't like it.
Nope.
Alright, everybody, that's it for this week. I guess we'll see you next week. Hopefully we'll get back to doing some mini episodes coming up here, but it's summertime. There's a lot of yard stuff to take care of. Yeah. A lot of honey-do lists to get taken care of first, so editing gets put down the list.
Yep.
But soon. Alright, we'll see you next time, guys. Rufy! Oh!
Looky, I got a hooky. Say, Rufio's dead.